live right now.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, the episode started?
Yes.
So that's called a cold open.
I didn't hear what's going on, guys, and I was like, oh,
no. So we start with the cold open, and I go, all right, let's go ahead and bring the show in.
Oh my God.
You got to be careful. That's when I say things that I don't want people to hear, like literally in cold open.
I told you, always assume it's a hot mic. But you know what? Let's go ahead and bring it in. Hold on, wait. If I'm clearing my throat, you can't be clearing your throat at the same time.
I thought we were doing
it's weird.
I thought we were doing it together. It's a team thing.
We are not doing anything together except for this podcast. All right, let's get it in.
Messed up.
What's really good, Pasteurs? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. He is Tyler Louder. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. And listen, if you buy your phones, if you're outdoors, just please make sure you look. We've all been looking for MTV Bananas for a long time. We have no idea where he's at. If you find him, please alert us.
I swear, we're going to send out a search party sooner or later, when we stop being lazy or drunk, whichever comes first.
He'll be back one of these days. But today we get into discuss episode 2 of The Challenge, 37 Spies, Lies, Allies. How you guys doing today, gang?
It's good.
Good.
Chilling. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, look at all that energy. Love it. You guys ready to go ahead and get into the episode?
Yeah, let's do it. It was definitely an interesting episode.
All right. So starting off, we get, you know what? Wait, couple of shout outs before we go on. 1, big shout out to the Unbothered Challenge group. 2, big shout out to Gamer Vev. 3, make sure you visit Shop the Challenge for all of your custom challenge gear. Back to the episode, we start off where we left off last time, and that is the introduction of Ed. Ed. That's his name. Ed, not Eddie.
Agent Ed.
Agent Ed. What is your first impressions on Ed? He comes in, he seems like a cool guy. Logan Hedrick, he asked for opinions of what do you guys think of Ed, and I just said he comes off as a little Big Easy to me. In a good way.
I was going to say which way, because Big Easy from day one with me always made me feel very uncomfortable.
In a good way, just in I'm a party guy kind of way.
I know, and I like it. He came in, he's bringing some real good energy. He seems really excited to be there. I'm like, yes, let's see more of this. I'm really actually excited to see him. What is he from again? The Circle or
The Circle? I'm surprised it took this long to actually get somebody from the Circle.
How long has the Circle been on?
Like 2 years?
It was really, really popular when it came out because it was right when lockdown started.
Yeah.
And everybody was binging it. But yeah, no, there are a lot of popular people on the first season. There was a lot of real people were standing a lot of the first season people that are from the challenge world.
Well, and people are just like, fuck the second season?
I think it's still new. I think it's I don't even know. I think it just finished, but I think people are not in lockdown anymore. So it's a little bit harder to binge a show.
Off subject a little bit. Did you guys see that Netflix is having a little challenge game thing? Yes. Everyone thought that they was coming for the challenge, and then they released a clip, and it looks more like a Big Brother. What do they call it in Big Brother when they have a physical activity? A comp. It looks more like a Big Brother comp.
Well, let's be honest. The first couple of seasons of the challenge were very similar to Big Brother comps.
Yeah, the very first season, but this thing has been on for 37 seasons. They stopped that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, but if you're like us and we've kind of watched it since the beginning, we remember when it was these, circus games and cartoonish, kind of kid games. So I can see it evolving. I mean, they're going to see that these other more aggressive games are out there, but also you see Big Brother is still popular. So they have pretty, lame.
The challenge hasn't been that in a while. Let's go ahead and move into A block, which is good old house drama. First thing is Kelz ended up in Tori's bed.
Shocker.
So none of us are surprised that happened.
On the cover of No Shit News, we knew that was going to happen.
Here's the funny thing is, because it really seems like this woman has a type. and Jordan doesn't fit it.
Yeah,
So-
he does. What are you talking
How
about?
so?
Super athletic guys.
Yeah.
Did like
a little
super
lighter than
athletic?
some of
Like,
them.
do you remember her first boyfriend on the show?
No,
You know
but yeah,
She-
but like she was with like a meathead on Morgan on her Are You the One was like her match that didn't work, and then they tried doing second chances type thing, and he was this big old muscle bound dude, and
Well,
Yeah.
usually on that show, it's not necessarily their type. It's kind of against their type because obviously their
but
types don't
episode
work for a
2,
reason.
So she already hooked up with Fessy in the off season, and like one of the first things you do when you get to the house, you're already in bed with somebody. I don't know,
She's a
it seems like-
single chick.
and that is fine. But I don't know, is there some type of like mourning period or something?
Well,
after
here-
Jordan?
Well, let's just say there's a rebound period after a big relationship,
Oh,
and that's
that
always what
doesn't-
happens.
That does make sense. Just rebound. I'm gonna get it in, but she makes it seem like she's so ready for oh, I'm here to secure the bag. I'm here for the money. Yada yada yada. And
I'm not
it
here to get
doesn't really seem that way.
distracted.
exactly, and here you are getting pretty fucking distracted by a rookie with a British accent.
Hey, did you see those muscles though? I don't blame her because he
No, I
is.
I think I must have missed him.
He's a
um,
good looking guy.
Now, the fun one is Nelson, Berna, and Ashley. And Nelson is already talking like he likes his Berna girl.
Nelson.
What do you make of this A block drama between these two? I know we talked about Nelson and Ashley, but it just seems like so much can fucking go wrong. This has to be a
Nelson-
bad idea, right?
Nelson knows Ashley. That's like he's literally like been there for all of her smashly craziness. Like he has to know she is not necessarily even if she's not in a relationship, when you're in the house and you're hooking up with her, you better believe that you're not hooking up with anybody else.
And on the flip side of that, he knows her. He knows all of the shit she's been into, all of the crazy shit, all of the Hurricane Ashley and Smashly shit. He knows all of this too. So being for the fact that they both know all of this has to be such a fucking bad idea.
It's so bad. So funny. So funny.
I just love how Tyler is over there sitting in the corner like, I'm just so much better than this conversation. When are we going to talk about the dailies?
it's not that I'm better than the conversation, but I'm one of those elite challenge fans that all the hookups mean nothing to me. I'm in that category of there could be no hookups the entire season and I'm good to go. Like leave that for like all the Reddit people and all the Facebook people that like want to like
Who does-
no there's no what I'm
You're
trying to
not
say
gonna
by
they
that.
bash Reddit fans.
No, I'm not bashing them, but I'm saying those guys are the real detectives. Let them be like, oh, I heard in this between episode 1 and 2, these guys hooked up. Then we talk about it. That's more fun than like watching two people lay in bed. Like I can do that all over the internet. I don't want to do that during my challenge time.
It's not about the hookup because yeah, they hooked up, but it was about the drama that came from the hookup because Nelson is a hot ass. Nelson always be looking to double dip and get him, get his. I mean, he's Nelson. We expect this. So that leads to the drama, which leads to now Berna thinking that she's about to get, put into elimination because for some reason Ashley has all this power, which is kind of true, but kind of not true because people really know her.
That is way ahead of where we're at. Sticking with the A block drama. We hear a lot about Fessy having to do this season during the holy month of Ramadan. If you guys don't know what Ramadan is one of the most holiest months of in Islam. And it's a month where we fast from sun up to sundown. We do get up very early in the morning. We're able to get some food in us, but while the sun is up, no food, no water, no sex, no smoking, none of that stuff.
What, really?
Yeah. We
just during the
refrain-
daylight hours.
Just during the daylight hours.
Okay.
But like a lot of times people will skip out on a lot of stuff. I used to I would not watch any TV during that month, and other people have other stuff too. They give up certain things. A lot of times people would stop smoking. If they drink, they would definitely stop drinking because they're not supposed to be even drinking in the first place. So we're getting to see this a lot in its forefront. I really do like the fact that Fessy is able to represent this segment because there are a lot of Muslims in America and there are a lot of Muslims around the world. and hear him talk about it and some of the struggles that he has with it. What has it been like for you guys to hear about how he's celebrating and respecting this holy month of Ramadan on the show?
For me, it's humanizing him. Like we're seeing these guys on TV, like that are like these reality stars, but it shows that he's like a real person. Like if that makes any sense. Like, and it's actually making me find Fessy interesting. He's actually a guy that has more depth to him, and I feel like the fact that he's not like diving deep into being like everybody listen to what I have to say. He's just like, no, I can't because this is my religion. This is what I'm going through. I don't know. I like it. It's a flavor of Fessy that we've never seen.
Pause. Flavor of Fessy.
It just rolled off the tongue, man. I can't help it. This is,
pause again. I mean,
it
come
just
on.
happened. It
Pause.
just happened.
Somebody press the pause button. Becky, how does this make you feel?
I can't. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know about Ramadan. I actually had a coworker of mine who I actually sat down and talked about it with him a little bit, because he's Muslim as well, so he's really into it, and he does it only obviously he's very fixed into it. So I mean, it's a religious thing. It's just like fasting for Catholics at Easter. Obviously more intense than the Catholic religion, I think, because of the fact that you can't eat at all, and that would be hard for me, like a lot. So much respect for anybody who can spend the daylight hours, which are long right now, not eating, because I not being able to eat until almost 8 o'clock when it's dark out, I would be a very crabby person. Just not.
Especially more so for athletes, just because
Right.
like he's like I mean he's training and he's in shape, and I feel like he has like such a high calorie intake on average leading up to this for the challenge that this has got to be, I don't know, that's got to be difficult. I played soccer with a guy that had to do this before, and like when you're trying to like train in like 100-degree weather and like you can't have any water, like I couldn't imagine.
You can tell he's very like
Reserved.
low energy. Like
Mhm.
his energy's like right here, so he's like storing it for later on, because he knows that he's
And,
he's
and
got
one
to
more
manage.
interesting, yeah, absolutely. And one more interesting tidbit. Islam is based on the lunar calendar, which means it moves. Ramadan moves back about 11 days every year. So Ramadan isn't always in the summer. It could be in the winter, it could be in the fall, but when it's in the summer, it can be really, really difficult. I remember I was in high school and I was wrestling and playing football. So Ramadan was very difficult during that time, especially being an athlete, because like you said, it's hot, you need water, high caloric intake. It can be very difficult. But some of it is definitely on fate, and that's going to carry you through a certain amount. I countered it by doing a lot of day sleeping.
That's fair.
So if I was able to sleep during the day, I'd like, this is when we're going to catch it. Let's go ahead and move on to the daily. Today's daily is called, is it Helo Heist?
It
Okay.
was heli heist or something like that, because it
Heli
had
heist, yeah.
helicopter or something in there.
God, who names this shit? Somebody just like, this is the one. Anyway, so this
they're
daily,
they're interns.
fucking interns. So anyway,
Always.
they got their partners in a helicopter. They got to toss down these bag of gems, and the whole backstory about somebody's invaded HQ and did a shut the fuck up. We don't need it. So for the daily, I thought it was actually really, really cool. The explosion at the end of the foot race was completely unnecessary.
Right?
The foot race probably wasn't even necessary. I think it was just a prerequisite before you got the explosion. And they got this whole helicopter, and I could have sworn they'd done something like this before with like big rig trucks. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good challenge. Anybody was able to do it, even though I thought the men who was running at the end definitely benefited more. And for some reason, not a lot of them was really close. When it got to that foot race section, there was large discrepancies.
Oh,
What do
yeah.
you guys think? Yeah, what actually caused that huge ass discrepancy between it?
I feel like a good portion of that was because the people who maybe took time or maybe found a way to put it in the bags properly. I feel like some people had bags kind of strewn around. Like, who was saying that he was getting like, pounded in the face
Yes, Tommy.
Yeah, with gems. He's like, yes, I told her to aim for my face, and she's getting me. And
Pause.
You did see Corey L. When he was going, Corey L. was just throwing him straight into the sunroof. Like he was catching him, throwing him straight down. But like
Yeah.
they had a bag attached to them that they were supposed to put it in every time they caught it. Obviously, it takes a second to put it in before you can catch another one. But what I think they should have done in this challenge, because I like to look at these challenges, even if they're perfect, and see what I would add to it or change. They should have had the foot race at the beginning and the end, personally. And the first person to the car should have gotten like an extra gem. And then at the end, the first person done got an extra gem. Because otherwise, I agree, running really does nothing. Like it should have just been they pass through an exit and explosions go off in the car.
I'm just sorry. I just thought it was
I'm calling
hilarious
it done.
watching them run with the bags.
Yeah, running with the little purses full of gems.
I was like,
Jesus
you guys
Christ.
aren't used to this.
Even though I did like this daily, I thought it was a really cool daily. I don't think it did like a whole bunch. Did anything else from this daily really stick out to you guys?
I mean, Emmy is over dramatic, like
She
way over dramatic.
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
at
Like-
the end we did get an Emmy freak out. But you know what it is? What show was she was on Survivor, right?
Survivor,
Survivor
yeah.
Romania.
I'm thinking maybe she's just, I don't know, maybe this whole TV and this whole atmosphere, this atmosphere is very different from Survivor. In fact, outside of the social game, in my opinion, and Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, outside of the social game, there's not a lot of aspects from Survivor that transfer well over to the challenge.
They're very similar, actually. It's just like your body's more beat up on Survivor, so it takes a more mental toll on you because you're physically drained. Here's the thing. This isn't because she's afraid of being on TV or the spotlight or anything. What's the easiest way to get cast back if you're not from the challenge family? Is to be a character that is memorable. Very simple. Why has everybody from Are You the One not made it through? Because they're not like Devin. They're not like Tori. They're not like Cam. They don't stand out. Well, if Emmy wants to come back, maybe she's just a really smart person and knows if I'm over dramatic and I'm, taunt people when I do well and I cry when I do bad, I'm a character now. I'm bringing in people to talk about. We're talking about her right now. If she'd just finished that challenge and walked over like every other rookie girl in this season, then we wouldn't have talked about her.
I think you are 100% right, especially with the hair and okay, Mr. TJ. I think she's a lot more savvier than everybody thinks. I think everybody taking it at face value as her just being immature or whatever, or just wilding out or having a meltdown, are really not seeing that she's playing a much
Cultural
bigger game.
discrepancies? Cultural
Maybe.
shock?
Maybe. I
But-
don't think I'm able to really speak on Romanian
Well,
culture.
But they're
If you
also
look at-
in Croatia and they're with multiple people from different countries as well. So like,
well, what is
These are facts.
the other guy, the tattoo
Emmanuel.
yeah, the Jordan
Emmanuel.
knockoff.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I mean,
It's
are we
true.
there already?
yeah, it's true.
How?
Sorry,
Jordan can't dance.
I don't know. I'm
I
just
know-
saying.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I just know Jordan can't dance.
I've never seen him dance.
He's from Oklahoma, so probably not.
But anyway,
Is he from Oklahoma?
I believe so.
wow. But
Makes
anyway,
sense.
I watched Real World Portland.
And
I
so
did
did
not.
I. Actually, Portland was one of the last of the good seasons. Really,
Agreed.
to be honest.
Go ahead, Becky. What were you saying?
But,
I'm
but
sorry.
what I was
Yes.
saying was, do you really think she was afraid of heights, though? With the way she was leaning out of the helicopter. If
Not
I'm
at all.
afraid of heights, I
Not at
am
all.
not
She
going
played it up.
anywhere near the edge. Did you see the way Big T was doing it? She was like, ah, ah.
Yeah.
That's afraid of heights.
Very
know-
big discrepancy. I definitely feel you on that. I think she definitely played up the whole fear of heights thing.
Every time you're brought onto the challenge, that is an interview. Like you got the job to win money that season, but it's also an interview to get brought back another season. There's a reason why like everybody's like, I just top my mind because I was watching it on Pluto TV. We're not sponsored, should be, but we're not. But I was watching the challenge, free agents, and Brandon, who everybody loved, gets knocked out. That whole season, he was vanilla, just plain Jane, had no flavor to him, was just kind of there, a guy on the wall.
he was so plain, everybody was okay with just throwing him in
Oh,
because he would just not even rock the boat.
Wait, who?
yeah.
Brandon, who we all liked, but
Oh,
not everybody's built for
That
They
just shows
did
you.
him
I
dirty.
have no idea who you guys are talking about right now.
It's pretty significant.
There's like only one good Brandon. But anyways, my point to that is it's like literally you have to be memorable because like everybody that we've I'm surprised Nam was brought back because he was kind of just on the wall last season.
Because he
But
was
people liked
hot.
him.
But there you go. That's the aspect. But mostly these people, if you don't stand out, you're not going to come back.
These are facts. So at the end of the daily, Fessy and Esther, they get the W. But right before that, TJ says Lauren is out. We have no idea why.
Oh,
She did go on live and say something.
talked
She said
about
something
it.
about it being traumatic and that she was booted, even though they didn't have any evidence. Do you know what it is, Becky?
according to a couple of different sites, it was either one of two things. It was possibly a racially insensitive thing, which I think people always jump to, or she was the one that called Anissa a predator. And they
Like looks like a predator or acts like a predator?
acts like a predator.
Acts like a predator.
Oh, okay. I was
So
like,
they're
one of
like,
those is mean. One of those is uncalled for.
yeah, no, well, I mean, she's admitted to walking in on guys while they're in the shower so she could look at them while they're in the shower. Like
Yeah, that's
she's
not cool.
admitted to this, so she does have traits that could be considered predatory. And it's also very uncomfortable. You shouldn't, like, a guy shouldn't have to be worried that you're gonna walk in on the shower. Like, yeah, you're in a
Did she-
challenge house.
Did she call her a predator like on the show?
I think they said, and she said something on her live, like they didn't have a chance to roll back the tape to see what she said before they just were like, we got to cut her out and just
I
send
don't
her
even
off.
know who she is. I can't remember who she is.
They edited her out super heavy.
Feels
Like
so
she
bad.
was like, maybe you got a glance of her.
The only glance you seen was, I think, is when she picked a partner.
Yeah.
And like that was it. No interviews, no camera time
Oh.
outside of walking around in the backyard, in the background. Nothing crazy. She was done.
I mean, she
Yeah,
was Josh's partner, so
She said that she got gaslighted.
I wouldn't be surprised. But somebody said is she called Anissa a predator for how she treated the guys, and that somebody else said it could be possibly something racially insensitive, which not
Well,
a
how come
shock
she just?
considering
Well, I think
the
she.
situation.
I think that she believes that she might get back on the challenge at some point. Only reason that's keeping her quiet. But I'm surprised Pink Rose or Gamer haven't figured this out. You guys need to go out there and do your job.
Right?
Figure it out.
There's Us Weekly has a whole report on it and everything, and
Do they?
yeah, I just quick Google was the first thing that popped up. But here before we talk, I mean, it really, I sorry, I don't really care to talk about her because I don't really care if she wasn't memorable. She got edited out for a reason. She's not on the show, and we get Amber back, which I think is fantastic.
I
Huge
think it's
upgrade.
fantastic also.
She's,
I don't know why she wasn't there the first time.
she's looking good. Like she came out looking
Money
like
would do that. Money would do that. Remember Jamie Foxx when he first started? Look at him now.
You know what? You know what it kind of reminded me. So when they showed her, they kind of showed the crowd, the contestants, and the rookies just clap because they're mindless kids that have no idea what's going on. So it's kind of you were kidding, yeah.
You have no respect for the rookies.
No, because like if I was on the show, I would hope everybody would be shitting on me until I established myself as a challenger. But when they were panning, you saw like Tori's face, and you saw Anissa's face, and you saw Ashley's face, and they were just like, and then Josh was excited. It reminded me of Rivals 2 when Cara Maria came back and nobody said anything, nobody clapped. Paula was pissed off, and Cook's like, clap for my goddamn partner. This is awesome. Like
She's
that's
like,
what it
yes.
reminded me of.
Oh man, they were so mad because you could just tell they were not happy to see her.
Cook was
And
like,
Josh-
I might be able to win.
And Josh got a huge upgrade here.
Yes, I would say so too.
And Nadine made a comment here. She said, I mean, if a guy did that to women, like what Anissa is allegedly doing to men, it would be a very big thing.
She's not wrong, but here's the thing that I'm not defending it, but like if you watch like every Real World season, like the first episode, I feel like this is like a common occurrence where like people are like taking a shower to go downtown and like the guys walk in, the girls walk in, and there's like a little like peeking around the corner to like maybe see him. Every first episode of The Real World has that, and MTV leaves it in. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying this isn't like new.
No, and there's a reason why those bathrooms are designed that way. And it was all for a reason. But as the social landscape is changing, as we know more, as we get better as a society as a whole, God, like I know we are making small adjustments, but we are trying. But as we get better, this kind of stuff become less and less and less acceptable. As it should be. We're all grown. We're all learning a little bit more. A lot of that boys will be boys, or the innocent shit just doesn't fly the way that it used to. So, I mean, I'm not out here, I'm not going to sit out here and try to spank Anissa, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and keep
Pause.
it rolling.
Pause. That's you.
How's that pause?
I don't know. You said something that
You want to spank Anissa?
Yeah, what the heck, man?
That's not a pause moment at all.
All I
You
said
say
was,
you want to, yes, you saying you want to taste Fessy.
I didn't say that. I said it's a different flavor. When I talk about people as boring, I call them vanilla. So if you're not vanilla, you have flavor to you.
He has no seasoning.
Yeah, he's got. Gosh, whatever.
Tell him over here like vanilla, chocolate.
All right, let's fast forward, please. Let's fast forward, okay?
It's gone to the point where now Tyler is a predator.
No, he's just uncomfortable. With this.
No, I'm just at Costco getting free samples. That's what he's implying.
I love it.
So Fessy and Esther gets to win. Let's go ahead and move into club night. Club night. Ashley goes up to Nelson and confesses to Nelson that she is starting to catch feelings, which throws Nelson for a loop because he's like, yo, it was just a lot of fun, just hooking up, keeping it light, keeping it easy while I try to bang this, chick from Romania. So what do you make? Listen, Ashley was dead wrong for that. She knew what time it was. And everything was fine until somebody else started playing with one of her toys. And now she wants to play with it again. It's immature. She's too grown for that. They're obviously not a real thing.
If you look at Ashley's history, even if with guys that she's not really into, it happened to on what was it? It was like a rival season where she hooked up with Kara's cousin.
Kyle. It was on Jamie on Rivals 3.
Yeah, Jamie on Rivals 3.
And then Kyle later on.
No, but yes, tell the story. That's
different.
Great.
That's a different season. But anyway.
Wait a minute. And Hunter and Corey off season. She got the whole TYB.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah. Corey off season, Hunter, and now Nelson.
What about
the Young
Fessy?
Bucks? Gotta bang them all.
In this?
No, Fessy was out of Young Bucks after.
Don't be disrespectful. Did you just say you gotta bang them all?
It's like Pokemon. You just gotta collect them all. You gotta catch them.
No. Listen, no.
That's not a bad thing.
Wow.
Good for Ashley. Good.
It's not a bad thing. This just shows that TYB is a bunch of sluts.
But
technically,
I'm gonna jump
the homie.
I'm gonna jump on what Becky was saying. So on Rivals 3, her and Jamie, Kara's cousin, were hooking up a bunch, and one time they were at the club night and Jamie was just like talking to somebody and a girl like leaned in to talk to him and he was like, yeah. And I think they're talking about the game.
Nicole.
And Ashley was, it was Nicole, and Ashley freaked out, ran to the bathroom and was freaking out. And Nicole like walks in the bathroom like, I gotta pee. And Ashley's like, no, you're not allowed to pee. Get the fuck out of here. I hate you.
And Nicole's like, what the fuck? Why am I getting told to piss myself?
I just gotta pee.
Like, I'm just trying to use the bathroom.
Didn't even see it coming. Wow, I just made a TYB connection. That is so
awesome. You're so wrong.
But to your point, Malik, this maybe was not a smart move on Ashley. And I don't think it was a smart response on Nelson.
I mean, Ashley did
How
already.
Have Nelson play it?
Well, say he likes her too. Don't sleep with somebody else in front of her. Because if you do,
that's
you make
not Nelson though.
It's not he was
upfront with her.
Maybe it should have been.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tyler.
No, you're okay.
But he literally said, Ashley, I thought this wasn't a thing. Like, I thought we were just having fun. Like, he could have lied and been like, yeah, you my girl,
you know what?
blah, 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 blah. But he was straight.
They both
with her.
messed up. They should have established that way before they got into the house.
Correct.
Well,
but
they probably did.
But she was drunk, so that doesn't help. She was also
Nobody should be catching feelings.
she was
No.
about halfway into Smashly at that point.
Everything on these things should be viewed as temporary and not something that should take place in real life.
But here's the issue that we have with this. When you're just hooking up with somebody that lives in the same city as you, you're not with them every day. When you're living with somebody, you can, there's a reason why when people go to camp, kids go to camp, they fall in love because you're with somebody 24/7 for like 6 days straight. It happens. Well, here on the Challenge House, we know that they were quarantined. So not only were they together for the first 2 episodes in that time frame, they were quarantined for however long. So we're talking being together for 25 days in a row, maybe potentially.
And they basically said they were in the same city too, and that's where they
Well, yeah.
initially hooked up when they were in the same city.
Exactly. Apparently, she lives like right down the street from him.
Yeah.
So
Which
there's that.
apparently Texas is hugely popular for all the challengers to move to.
The only
Dang.
time that a guy or girl can reject somebody else's like a love interest into them is when they are at the top of the food chain and the other is not. Because otherwise you're gonna get messed with. This is like Rivals 3. What's her name? This is bad. I can't remember her name. She confessed to she's like, I really like you, Wes. And Wes is like, no, we're friends. We can't do that. He was okay to do that because he was higher up on the food chain than she was. There's really no chance of her coming back and hurting his game.
Right.
Wait,
So
who was that?
I can't remember.
Tony's brother Shane and her got in a fight on Dirty 30 where he hit her and she clawed his face. I can't remember her name though. And that's like my job.
Wait, is that the same
Wait,
girl?
Simone?
Thank you.
Simone confessed that she liked Wes?
Yeah.
That's Simone?
Yeah. On Rivals 3.
I
Yeah,
need
and
to
Wes was like,
recheck
no, you're not supposed to do that. We're friends.
that.
So
Rejected, but
course-
politely.
Yeah, very politely.
So apparently, after Nelson tries to chill this whole thing out, he immediately goes over to Berna, and Ashley begins
Typical.
to have one of her fucking meltdowns. Berna did nothing wrong.
No, she didn't.
I don't think she deserved the vitriol, and now she has a target on her just because of Ashley's feelings. How do you guys think would be the best way for Berna to handle this? I think the first thing Berna has to do is get rid of Nelson. Is he worth it? I don't mean that he's not worth it or not a good person or anything like that, but is he worth messing up your whole game?
No. I
Against
agree.
the vets and Marionette Mitchell. I think she got to drop him.
She's got to
Why
drop
not?
him, and she's got to approach Ashley when Ashley is sober. Right now, Ashley is drunk, and she needs to maintain as much distance as possible from the crazy Ashley because Ashley's about to lose her shit, and it's just going to be a bad thing. And she's a rookie. She does not
Right.
want that unleashed on her.
I do not believe that there's going to be that much of a difference between drunk and sober Ashley.
But hang on a second. Why should she get rid of Nelson? Why shouldn't she just try and eliminate Ashley? Cut out the competition. Keep your comfort there. Continue on in the
Ashley-
game.
I don't think she was that interested in him, though. Like
They
it
were
didn't-
dancing. They were dancing before club night. When everybody was dancing out on the patio, whatever that little area, that cabana thing they
Right.
got
But
going
what
on.
does that
they
mean?
were-
That means they were dancing. Maybe they're having fun. Let them
That means they're
have
having
fun.
fun away from alcohol. Away from
But
alcohol,
listen,
they're having fun
The
together.
reason why you don't go after Ashley is because who else out there is really a female multi-champion? How many are even left?
That are there, it's Ashley.
Ashley's the only one, yeah.
I mean, think about it. In the last couple of seasons, outside of Laurel and Cara, who else has there been?
Laurel's only a single-time champion.
No. She
No,
won.
Laurel's only free agents. That's it.
That's it?
She just made it to her first 4 finals.
Why did I feel like she won?
She got second with Kenny. She got second with
That's right.
Abe,
It
with
was
Abe
second.
and Cara and them, and then she got second
They
with
did
Cara
get in
again.
second.
Okay.
See, in my head, it was just like, Kenny and Laurel should have won that.
They really
but,
should have.
So your last multi-time female champions you've had on the show is Cara. So we're talking now. That's 4 seasons ago. And before that we're talking Paula, and before that we're talking Sarah.
Veronica.
Veronica. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you
Yeah,
do
she's
that? Why do you do that? That just
She's the
ruins.
first one.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, she's
technically. Yeah, Bill Russell also has a lot of rings when competition wasn't great as well. Back in the 60s.
Oh, no,
Okay.
don't do that. No,
Let's be
you're not
honest.
shitting on-
I'm
you're
being
not
honest.
shitting on Bill Russell.
I'm just being honest.
The game was different back then.
Yeah,
The
That's
you're
game
right.
was different.
He had an all-star team around him that helped him win when there was little competition around. Sounds like
Oh,
Veronica.
wow. You
Sorry.
sound salty about that.
Wow.
Anyway, moving on.
Great gameplay, but just saying.
The
Speaking of
Veronica
great
hatred. That's crazy.
Exactly.
It's not
Speaking of
hatred.
great gameplay, Kelz and Fessy approaches Kelz. And apparently he strikes some type of a deal of there's no need for me to come after you. There's no need for you to come after me. You know, that mutual just we'll stay the fuck out of each other's way until we absolutely have to, which seems smart out of the two biggest guys. I mean, CT should have been in that conversation, but okay. What did you guys make? I mean, knowing what we know now, this is obviously a fucking setup. And it wasn't even a real deal made. So Kelz wasn't with none of that shit. Kelz has conducted himself as somebody who would be great at this game. We're going to get more into that later on, but what did you guys make of this little powwow during club night between Fessy and Kelz?
Go ahead, Becky.
I think Kelz handled himself really well. Like you said, he plays the game clean, as strangely as that sounds. But
But
doesn't
hardly
get you far.
Yeah, exactly.
And people don't trust it.
I thought he was sleeping with Tori. How clean of a game is he playing? Like,
Yo,
just because
fam.
he's not clean in his undercarriage doesn't
I'm
mean that
just
he's not a clean player.
I'm just kidding. I like Tori. I'm just kidding.
I know.
It was just too easy.
It was an
right
easy
there.
shot.
This should have a little zinga right there.
Yeah, you need a soundboard over there. Get some sound effects for us.
Oh my god, he used to have his sound effects board. He doesn't
They're
do it
gonna
anymore.
come back. They're gonna come back soon.
But go ahead, Becky.
But
Plays a clean
anyway,
game.
so he plays a clean game. Fessy, he doesn't know how nasty and dirty Fessy is. So I knew from the jump, I was like, Fessy's setting him up. Fessy is going to set his ass up. And what happens? He immediately walks to Josh to do it. But what I was really taken back by is I didn't realize how big Kelz was. And I think I talked about you with this, like Malik. Like, I was surprised at how big Fessy was when you saw him next to CT. And like CT was like little. I was like, what the hell? And then you see Kelz, who's just slightly taller than Fessy. I'm like, holy shit. They're bringing in monsters.
Yeah, dude is huge. Going ahead and moving on, we get to deliberations. Now, the vets have already said that they're going to go after Kelz, which makes sense. He's a rookie, he's big, and they correctly identify him as a rookie who could put all the other rookies together and band against him. Makes a good choice. Let's go ahead and get into deliberations. As soon as deliberations start, and Fessy and Josh already has been putting this in motion, Josh decides to speak up and he goes, oh, you know, you're just making all of these deals with other people. I think it's dishonest. And the way that Kelz systematically dismantled everything Josh was saying was, that was my absolute shit. He completely shitted on him in front of everybody. And it seems to be in a position that Josh is in a lot. Josh finds himself getting caught in lies and getting pretty much fucking disrespected.
Well, he gave me West vibes. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
Kelz.
absolutely. But this is why it works. Because Josh spoke up and he put Kel's name on the line. For every other person in that room, it's not your name. It's an easy choice. As long as it's not your name, you can go with it. But what do you guys make of that whole exchange, which was just absolutely glorious? I love the way Kelz broke Josh little ass apart.
So, like, tell me you're not used to being a leader without telling me you're not used to being a leader, Josh. It's just like, this guy didn't know what he was doing. He's literally, my problem with deliberation, most times, is when people come in and they try and like stir the pot with no actual facts, it just makes themselves look stupid. Like, all he did there was, yes, he got Kelz as the target, but he was going to be the target anyways, really, without him speaking up. He should have just said, we're going to go for you. I think you're one of the top dogs of the rookies. That's who I think we should go for, guys, right now, because if not, you're going to beat everybody in a one-on-one elimination. Instead, he just showed like, yes, I will lie all the time to anybody to get what I want.
Absolutely. I thought it was a bad look. Becky?
I agree with Tyler. I think there's not a whole lot to say after that. What I found comical was it Tori who's like, wait, Who is he making deals with? Because I need to know what's going on. And Josh literally started backpedaling, like, shit, you're not supposed to ask me questions. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
I don't want to sit up here and name names.
Yeah, I don't
Nah,
gotta say
son,
anything.
name names. We're in deliberation.
And-
say names. This is the time to say names.
And the way Kelz was like, did I go to you? Did I go to you? And everybody was like, no.
Nope.
And everybody's like, this motherfucker lying.
I wish he would have been, but Fessy made a deal with me last night. That's what he
Oh,
should have
he
done.
should have blown
You're
him
going in,
up.
throw him under the bus.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
But
Man, challengers do not think like us.
well, he's a rookie though. But we see
I was wondering why he didn't do that. Why he's not like, dude, you approached me. The fuck?
Right?
So this is a very toned down, watered down version of Wes's move. I know we're talking about Wes a lot here on this episode for no reason, I guess, but this is a move that Wes did, that Fessy did back on X's 2, where he convinces Leroy not to put him in and to put Zach in. And he goes, listen, Zach's my number 1. I'm not telling you to put him in, but if you want to be my number 1, all you got to do is get rid of Zach, and now you're my number 1. Fessy literally was like, hey, Josh, you want to send him in? You can do this, man. You're the man. You can do it. And now it looks like Josh looks like an idiot. Fessy's just sitting there like, oh, yeah, I guess my alliance partner did this. Like,
I love how Kelz caught on by the end of it. And you know what? A lot of the other rookies did too.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody was able to see through it and everybody kind of see which way it was going. I thought it was a real good watershed moment for the rookies because I realized now they know shit is not a game. Shit is, you are being actively worked against. And if you're not actively working against the people who's trying to work against you, then you're losing out here. And I really hope this wakes up the rest of the cast because they've been kind of cool. They've been kind of floating. And this should have been a huge wake-up call because as the rookies, if it's going to be the vets versus the rookies are getting their asses whooped. All rookie teams are going in, they're getting taken out, and now you guys just lost one of your best potential leaders.
it went from 19 to 15, and now it's 15-15 on rookies and vets. Here's the thing, though. Everybody out there, if you're going to listen to this, the majority of people I feel like hate Fessy. The only reason challenge fans like Fessy is because he's attractive. What'd you say, Becky? Oh, you hate Fessy, but you'll probably admit he's pretty. Fessy's a good-looking dude.
No,
he's attractive.
actually not so much.
Okay,
The
but that's
haircut's not helping the look.
But
of
I feel like that's
clothes.
why.
Ugh.
Okay, but anyways, I feel like that's why. That's why my point. But what I need to tell everybody is Fessy, obviously from last season to this season, saw his flaws, and I think he was studying the challenge, and I think he was working on his social game, and he was working on how to play strategically. Because that move is not something that I would ever expect Fessy to ever try and do.
No, you said it 100%. I kind of was smelling it a little bit when he approached him at club night. I was like, all right, that makes sense. I was just like, but it like if I was Kelz, I would feel like somebody's trying to get me into a false sense of security. Me being, somebody who watches the challenge all the time. But I was like, all right, good for Fessy. I was like, all right, he's doing a little bit more. He does seem a bit likable. A little bit. He seems less abrasive. I think we're all seeing better qualities from Fessy so far. And he did make Josh look foolish. It makes Josh look like he's playing a scared game, and he just sits back and keeps his hands free. And now he just got to vote somebody in, probably some rookies, who's not going to be able to hurt him in the long run. It was a great move by Fessy.
It was.
Kelz caught on too late. Is what
I was going to say,
But-
the funny thing is, I'm sorry, I apologize. You're going to be next.
No,
Sorry.
you're good.
Where Josh and him get together, like, yeah, we got blood on our hands. And Fessy kind of looked at him like, no, dude, you got blood on your hands. Yeah, we got blood on our hands. Yeah, both of us. No, not so much.
The comparison's always going to be there, but this literally reminded me of when CT stopped playing the game as I'm bigger, faster, stronger than everybody, and he started thinking. As soon as CT started thinking, he elevated his game tenfold, and we're seeing Fessy doing the same thing. So love him or hate him, it's better for the show because that's what we want to see. We want to see when Wes and Bananas aren't here. I want to see guys that are trying to be masterminds of the game that are political, not guys that are just like my best friends. That's what we play.
It's funny you say that because it's crazy to think that this is when we're seeing peak CT. Towards the back end, instead of him running rip shit right throughout the house. But another thing that I noticed is people like CT, people like Tori, they're really not getting a whole bunch of camera time. A lot of it is on Fessy, a lot of it is on these new guys. What do you guys make of the rookies getting a bulk of a lot of this camera time. The vets really not holding a whole bunch like they normally would.
It's because they're leaving the show so soon. So if you're gonna pay them so much money, you need to get your camera times worth out of it.
Might as well get some content.
Well,
Exactly.
I feel like the drama is more with the rookies as of right now. You know, the messiness, the, you know, backstabbing and spying on each other. It's a lot like the veterans are using a lot of what the rookies are doing wrong to benefit them in a lot of ways. So by staying in the background and by staying almost quiet, you're going to see them creep through the game. And then CT is the kind of person, he creeps and then he explodes. So he's going to come out swinging at the end. And I think he's really going to kill it.
Pause.
Yeah. And it's not a pause moment. And some of these rookies are really like, they're rookies. Some of them don't know shit about the challenge. But let's go ahead and move on to eliminations. So Kelz is definitely Kelz and what's her name? Tracy?
Yes, Tracy.
Kelz and Tracy is going in, no surprise. The name of this elimination is going to be called Flipping Agents. Looks pretty cool. We got an elevated platform, female on the what do you call it? Gurney. Flip them over. They got to drop a rope and pick up these magnetic boxes, which are puzzle pieces, and they got to put a puzzle together. What did you guys think of this elimination? Me personally, I fucking loved it. I thought it was a great idea. It involved some strength. It involved a puzzle. It involved some dexterity and being able to maneuver this thing around. I thought it was a great elimination. How did you guys feel about the way this elimination was set up?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, just so you know, Becky's actually to the other side.
I
of
was
you
like, yeah,
on the
I was
way
like,
we're
I don't know where
displaying
sure you're pointing.
Yeah.
Yep. I just saw it on Facebook. Yeah, Becky,
There you
go
go.
ahead.
This way.
What do you think,
or
Becky?
This way. But
Tell us. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Jesus. You need
I'm
to,
looking at you now.
I'm going to need you to calm down, sir.
I'm just kidding.
Aggressive and all that shit. But anyway, I think it was fun. I I found it funny because it was different. You can tell it was different coaching aspects. Kelz was much more aggressive. Get it done, quick. You're fucking up my game. Whereas
She was.
she really
Yeah.
was a poor
Big
thing.
facts.
I feel bad for her, but she really should have caught on faster. And then Emmy, who had a more supportive, funny enough, partner, which honestly I think saved her at the end of the day. That because I think if it was reversed and Kelz was her partner, she would have fallen all the way apart.
So you think it was the whoever had the more supportive, laid back partner was the difference?
Well, they were both freaking out because you could tell both of them were not calm souls. And I think that for her, she kept dropping it. And instead of just trying to help her, he was yelling at her. So
'Cause
that
he
could
can't do anything.
that could throw your entire game off.
Well, God damn it, Tracy. Like I
Damn
agree.
I
Yeah,
understand
you,
it.
you over here fucking shit up.
He's literally, he said it earlier that he hopes that it's a physical thing, guys against guys, girls against girls, because this whole partner thing isn't for him.
Of course. And he's actually right. I hate the fact that if you're calling these people out individually, if you're not calling them out as a team, then they should be able to compete separately.
I agree.
But you're voting in the first group as a team. Then what they should do is everybody should be voted in individually then. Like that's the problem is that the whole point that I like about this is that the people that get sent in by the whole house kind of have an advantage because they have some chemistry together versus two random people potentially. So that's what I like about it.
That really has not been working out in their favor though.
True.
No, but I mean the house has benefited though. They've put people in that have went home. So I'm the opposite of you guys. I didn't really care for this elimination really at all. Like I'm completely the other side of everything that you said, Malik. I thought they were trying to do too many things when they could have just keep it simple. The best eliminations are simple.
I 100%. I don't think the puzzle was really needed at the end. No, it wasn't needed.
But
at all.
like,
and it was such a dumb puzzle.
But like
It's
really,
the
the guys
world.
the guys didn't do anything. Like what's
No, they
that?
didn't.
What's that gate weigh? Like 50 pounds, and those girls weigh like 115, 120 max. So like for those two dudes, there's nothing. Like the girls were
Yeah.
just like slamming down, and
Oh,
then they're just
yeah.
like pulling them on a rope. Like it really wasn't much work. Like I thought it would have been better if like, I don't know, maybe it's like a longer rope, like 20 yards, and the guys have to like literally pull the girls back just so they can reach like something,
Now
you know what I mean?
That would have been something. That
It's
could have
putting
really
a
changed
lot
the
of
game.
it's putting a lot of strain on the guys, and the girls have to try and collect the pieces as fast as they can out of the area, like underneath them. Like that would have been so much better. But like overall, it was a fun elimination because it was different, but it was too much for me.
It was an
That's all
right.
interesting take on a puzzle.
Yes. So Ed and Emmy gets voted in. They get the win. And I know a lot of people kind of feel salty about Kelz having to go out this way. And I like Kelz too. I think he's going to be a great addition, even though we only had him for 2 episodes. But the difference between, and don't get me wrong, losing your first elimination isn't the worst. A lot of greats have lost their first eliminations. Johnny Bananas, the great, his first season didn't last that long. So I don't think that it is going to stop him. But the thing that's going to separate him from other rookies who came in or other big guys who came in is when your number is called, you got to win these. As much as I like Kelz, he didn't lose unfairly. Don't get me wrong, he did have a partner that wasn't great, but when it was all said and done, he still lost the elimination. Nothing janky happened. So if you're going to be big on these things, you got to seal the deal when your number is called.
I mean,
agree.
it's just kind of weird. Like MTV seems to, I'm just going to call them out and everything. They seem to kind of tailor eliminations towards the people that they want to stay. That's what they do. Like you can say they don't, but there's a reason Leroy's only had 100% of his eliminations be physical headbangers. Every single one. He's had no puzzles.
But they
do.
didn't know. They didn't know who was going to go into elimination before they called him out.
They know the 2 people that were going in. So I'm just saying, like, if they really wanted them there, like
It would
oh
have been a
man,
hall brawl.
oh man,
They wanted Kelz to
Fessy
stay.
has power. Wait, it's a hall brawl? Maybe he'll throw himself in. Like, come on. Like, oh, Jordan's gonna call himself in against Bananas? No, Bananas is our guy. We want him to win this season. Let's do a punching thing where you need 2 hands. Like, they do. You can say they don't, but they do. Like, I'm sorry.
Called him all the way out.
I never believed in that conspiracy theory of them setting up these.
They were off rotation.
Well, I mean, think of it like this. Cara had a broken hand and she had to do the punching of the walls thing with Laurel. That's
Yeah,
Wow.
they didn't want her in the final because what if she got medically disqualified in the final? Now you have to send a guy home as well. It makes it all messy. You might as well get the injured person out of there.
You are surprisingly callous at this whole thing.
I'm just saying, like when MTV, like in that car situation, they're like, it's up to you if you want to continue. That's them saying like, we don't want to disqualify you because you're one of ours, but please say you want to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
But they do. You can say they don't tailor these things, but when they know somebody that's going in and they want them to stay longer, you can't, I can say they don't do it. You could say they don't do it. And we could be 100% right or wrong. Like, we'll never know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. Well, we do know Kelz and Tracy is going home. Which was Tracy the one with the laugh?
No,
no
Who got the laugh?
Corey's
Corey's
partner.
that's Corey's
Bettina.
partner, which is
Bettina.
Yeah, Bettina.
She's the one that sounds like a seal.
But let's
Sounds
just.
like Eddie Murphy multiplied.
So here's what I'm gonna say. We will see Kelz next season or 2 seasons from now. And I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw of Tracy because you'll never see her again.
She-
She didn't. I like her,
On the
but she didn't
challenge.
bring anything at all.
Isn't she like Love Island too?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
No idea.
yeah, she is.
No idea. All right.
she was there
so
because
now
she
we
was
gotta.
pretty.
So at the end of it, we got to change up of the teams. Ed went with Tori.
Number 1 female
Which-
pick.
Why?
I mean,
but then again,
look at the
amongst the
females.
Ashley isn't there?
Yeah, but mentally stronger, above average in like all aspects, including puzzles, distance, strength. Has
She's got a better attitude. She's
Somebody
easier
gotta-
to work
but
with.
You need somebody who's going to be able to put that all together at the end. And all reality, picking her is always going to be short-lived because it seems like everybody's going after her. If you want to get a partner you're going to be able to work with for a while, going in a different direction. I probably would have went Ashley just because she's likely to get picked less. And even though she's kind of crazy, she has proven that if you're able to work with her, you can work with her all the way to the end.
True.
And then we see Emmy go out and get the #1 draft pick overall. The
Devin.
best guy in the house. Like, look what happens when this guy
CT's not
works
there.
out. Look what happens when this guy works out. He works out just a little bit, and now he's the cream of the crop.
The fact
Boggles my mind. That has happened more than once.
the fact and obviously
there's
Devin,
others.
the way he handles it just makes it even better because he's like #1 pick over CT, over Fessy.
Over Corey, over Nelson, over Kyle. There's some solid guy picks.
I
decent
really
guy
wish
pick,
that he would have turned around and been like, hey, I just got picked again. Fuck you, Kyle. Like, that would have been like, just because those two always go at it. I would have loved that.
They are
That would have been very on brand. Okay, new teams. So who got put together? I think it was Corey, Al, and Michelle, right?
Yep,
yeah,
Michelle.
they're back together.
After they worked well in that elimination.
They did, back together. Those are the new teams. That's gonna do it for us here. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we go ahead and get out of here?
How long do you think the girl with the way the seal laugh is gonna last? Like, do you think people are gonna put it in because they're irritated by her?
I don't know. I
If
think
she's here
likable.
by episode, I do find her likable, but if she's still here by episode 6, I don't see it. Corey's gonna want to switch out. The first second she does really shitty at a daily, they're gonna get her the fuck up out of it. All of these rookies, I'm not gonna lie, some of these rookies seem really, really interesting. Manuel, actually Michelle, first look, I didn't really think much of her, but I think she has some staying power.
She might be
Yeah.
a mainstay. She's
but
pretty
yeah.
solid.
Like 70% of these people, come on, what? Think we're ever gonna see fucking Gabo again?
No.
Never.
But
Fucking never.
But
Emmy
Ed,
maybe.
Ed, I like Ed. I like
Ed's-
Ed
like
a
Ed
lot.
too.
I think Ed's
I like
gonna be
Ed.
a stayer. I think he's gonna stick.
Corey L
like Ed.
looks like he's gonna stay.
Yeah.
Ed is a
Yes.
good energy.
Huey
Yeah.
and Jeremiah, they're
I don't really see it for Huey. Jeremiah needs to be more interesting.
Yeah,
maybe.
Jeremiah's just
he
there.
did show excellent speed on the field today, but some of these people is going to be good. But God, we've had such better rookies before.
Well, yeah, but the better rookies we've had have had scandals, and so it's like maybe they're playing it safe with people that they know are a little bit safer.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, Maddie D and Ninja were just like, fuck this.
Well, Ninja
God.
has issues, so I think she might be actually banned because of her prior comments too.
I don't think banned. I just think just not invited back.
She's
Well-
just not interesting. I don't think.
Speaking of band, if you guys want to see more of the challenge content that we got going on for you guys, Love
See
War
what I did
Challenges
there?
presented the band list. It's it's really hot right now. It's the flavor of the month right now for challenge content. The top 10 on guys that are banned, girls that might be back. Go check it out. Link up here somewhere. It's here. on YouTube, Malik is gonna put a little link here that's clickable for you guys.
God, yeah, I like how you volunteer me for more work.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Well, you do
Takes
it for
two-
him then.
Takes 2 seconds. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Make sure you check out shopthechallenge.com. Get all of your custom challenge gear this season, last season, the season before that. Custom made shit, Chance versus Stars, Chance versus Pros, all kinds of wild shit. Whatever you want, we got it. Hit me up. We'll make it. Make sure you check us out on TikTok. We're actually doing really well over there. Nice little community. We post some of our clips up there, so make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LoveWarChallenges. Follow us on Twitter at LWC Podcast. Also on Instagram. Make sure you listen on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, wherever your fucking favorite podcast app, we're there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Once again, thank you guys for spending your time with us. We appreciate that. We love you guys. That's going to do it for us. We're out of here.